Okay, so now I will quickly, there are two topics, one is usage tracking and mute. I will quickly finish them. And after that, some miscellaneous topics are there, okay, these hierarchies and all that. So what is usage tracking means, okay, it is one simple topic. When you are generating long back, okay, so every time when you are creating any reports and all, okay, you have seen cache, how to build cache, presentation server cache, BI server cache, and then browser cache and all that. And after that, we are talking, and also we have seen how to event pulling is one topic actually, and which will help you to auto purging of your cache entries whenever there are some changes in your ETL tables. So you have to create and enable the event pulling so that it will automatically take care of the things backside. So now this time, what is usage tracking means? Tracking of usage. Usage means every time whenever there is a user, go and create any report. So usage means like users will be keep logging into the system and they will be keep creating the reports. So now we have done some external security here, okay, and I created users and then logging in, and now I'll go and create reports. So usage tracking means how many people are logging in every time and how much they are spending time here and what reports they are creating and which subject area these reports are creating and all that information. Tracking what is happening in the backside. All the statistics or auditing information is generally called usage tracking. So this can be automatically done by OBIEE itself. So to make this configuration first happen, so first what we need to do, as I told you, everything is based on the configuration. First we have seen some configuration related stuff related to cache. And security, I will tell you there are some, because I'll recap all the points what we have in this particular security. Even somebody asked me this questions also, but we'll go through the log everything line by line in the next session. And if you come down, you will find out something here. Okay, now you will find out a section called usage tracking, and in this usage tracking, okay, when you say enable yes, means OBIEE will start capturing whatever background activities are happening. If you say no, it will not capture. So first of all, you have to say yes in case you want to capture. Then when you say yes, again the next subtopic is a direct insert. So direct insert yes means, okay, the configuration setting by the middleware control, all these settings you have to change in the way. So whenever you say yes, okay, the below is applicable, and whenever you say no, okay, it is not applicable. Whenever you say yes means whatever data it is capturing, and that information will be inserted into a RDBMS table. When you say no, it will insert this statistical information, tracking information into a file. Okay, so right now I am planning to make, okay, this to be inserted into a table only. In case if it is no, then this is applicable. Okay, first of all, enable yes means usage tracking, no means no usage tracking. When you say yes, sub option, direct insert yes, direct insert no. Direct insert yes means your tracking will be inserted into a table. No means your tracking will be inserted to a file. So when you say yes, you are responsible to provide this information. When you say no, you are responsible to provide this information. So no means inserting into file. So you have to give under which location you have to keep all the data. So mostly the preferred is table only, because so that I can create a report. So there will be a separate section in your project, will create one report dashboard on usage tracking so that everybody can understand. Okay, I'll tell you what is the benefit of the usage tracking once we see this. Okay, so first to make this, we know that it is not going, we cannot make changes directly in ncase config file from OBIEE 11 onwards. So where do we do these changes? We'll go to the enterprise manager. So first what I'm trying to make this usage tracking enabled to yes. I need to make it, then only I can think about that. So generally in older version, I used to directly do it, but now I cannot do it. Okay, I need to make it or go through proper channel. And here, most of the configuration changes we are doing from here. So deployment, security, everything generally we are doing here. Okay, and also cache settings and all we have changed here only. Okay, so when you come to here, one second. I think it is not showing. Okay, so while it is logging here, so this is your all complete business intelligence related configuration, and on top of that, any configuration related to OBIEE which is there in a file or any place, if you want to make changes from the GUI point of view, what you can do, you can just go to WebLogic admin server, and then here you will find out one small server services which is called system mbin browser. So mbin browser is nothing but a utility, okay, which will help you to make changes on a files. Generally if it is a database you can directly make it, but making some changes on a files, it is slightly difficult. So that's why Oracle has a different server service program which is called mbin browser. So this will help you to completely configure all your configuration related settings of your OBIEE, including everything. So when you click mbin browser, okay, it will take you to somewhere here. So you will see lot of options. Mostly everything what you see in the outside, okay, everything you can see here. Okay, so this is configuration related. okay, and this is something application defined related, and this is something runtime. Okay, if you explore, you will get some different topics here. So all the default authenticator related configuration will be available here. So all configuration related, anything related to WebLogic will be available here. So this is all WebLogic related configuration, and this is runtime related. I'm just exploring. You can at least remember what are the properties we have here. And here you will find something related to Oracle BIE. BIE means it's ours, OBIE. And since it is a centralized configuration, you will have something related to WebLogic, OBIE. If you have anything related to Hyperion, all the consolidated configuration will be available here. But here I am looking only for OBIE. So this is all, okay. This is something specific to NKS config file, that is a OBIE server related, okay. So that's why I have reached to the place where server configuration and BI domain, and we are under Oracle BI and BI foundation and instance, and then BI instance. So any time when you start OBIE software, from starting from the WebLogic, okay, whenever you start your complete OBIE software, what OBIE will do, it will take the configuration which is available in this particular place. Okay, and every time it will repopulate this NKS config file. So generally, if you make any changes in the file, so this changes will not be available every time. The reason is, whenever you start your OBIE server, this NKS config file will be generated by OBIE on its own. Whatever file, when I save it, it is not going to be, if I say something else here and save it, next time you restart your OBIE server, your changes will not be shown here. The reason is, OBIE will generate its own NKS config file with all the content taking from this particular place. So if I go and change a repository name, next time it will not be there. The reason is, you have something here. Unless you change here, okay, these changes will be every time when it is generating, it is going to generate based on this, so it will be permanent. That is the reason 11 older version we don't have this. That's why if you make any changes in the NKS config file, is a permanent save, but here it is not a permanent. So unless you change here, that's why every time we'll come to here and then make a proper channel. We'll come to here and then upload the repository, and any other configuration we'll be doing from here only. So now first time I'm selecting usage tracking managed, usage tracking connection pool, okay, usage tracking direct insert. Okay, so what I am doing first, usage tracking managed. Okay, so it is false. So I am going to make this as a true. So I think there is some problem. Okay. Usage tracking connection centrally managed. Okay, I am saying true, or let me make this. This property is not showing up. So first, so to make usage tracking enable, so first I am selecting enable usage tracking true. Okay, that is a point one. So once you select this, what is the next option? I need to select direct insert yes or no. So you have a direct insert option. I am selecting true. Okay, so whenever you select direct insert, okay, so where it is going to insert? If you see these tables here, whatever table name, okay, you have created or you are planning to use for inserting all this information, so this table first you have to create. And what should be the structure of this table? It is predefined, so you have to create with the following structure. So the table structure is available and you can also get it from the notes. If you see, there are always in OBIEE will be required two tables to know. So yesterday I have seen one table, event pooling. Okay, and the second table for which you will get a structure automatically from the OBIEE software itself, or you can get it from anywhere. So this is called usage tracking table. This is all my older usage tracking. Okay, I'll just create a backup. So first you create this table. Okay, your table structure should 100% match. Table name can be anything, but the table structure should 100% match with what Oracle provided. So this you can get it from anywhere. It is already there in your installation, and this table also will be created as part of the RCU. Okay, anything by any mean you can get the table structure. Once the table is created, you can create anywhere in any database. Then go to repository and then import it. So since this is there in the base sample schema, I am trying to import it. So this is event pooling table we have inserted, and then we have already informed to OBIEE that event pooling, and this is the second table we just created here, that's all. Okay, now I'm just going to tell OBIEE that, so now you selected I want usage tracking, yes, and you selected usage tracking direct insert, yes, means I want to keep that you tracking into a table. Then you need to tell where is your table located, so it doesn't understand. So that's why it is asking, tell me what is your table name, physical usage tracking table in RPD. So this is our actual table. Okay, then connection pool for usage tracking. So which connection pool can I use to connect it to this table? So what is this connection pool? It is a connection pool. The name itself connection pool. So whenever your connection pool having some spaces, you give it in a double quotes. If it is a single line, no problem. But if it is having any spaces or anything, you give a double quote. So then, if you see configuration file, okay, you will have, okay, here you will get to know very clearly, okay. Say connection pool equal to your database name dot connection pool. You can give a connection pool directly, or sometimes in case you have multiple connection pools, you can also use your database name and connection pool. So what is database name? Not our database name. The database name in your physical. So this is Apple is a database name. Under this we have a connection pool. So that is Apple dot. You can directly use also, but in case you have multiple, you can use this. Why we don't need a configuration? Usage tracking you are saying? OBIEE is one only, right? No matter how many databases you have. Hmm? Usage tracking. I'll tell you. Once we configure, I'll tell you. Once you see the data, mostly you should know actually. Junior people may not be required. Senior people should know why. Okay, because you only use these tables. Junior people just to only for information sake, but senior people you will be required this table. Okay, so then connection pool we have given physical table. Okay, database name and your catalog name and schema name and table name, or database name, schema name, and then table name. So all is required only when case there are some confusion, multiple databases, multiple schema names and all. If it is a only very simple one, no problem. Okay. So that's why here also I'll try to give database name, schema name, and table name. What is schema name again? This is the schema. Okay. So I'm going to give database name. Where is table bottom? Okay, so now we are good. What minimum information required? You selected yes, you have given the table configuration where it is present, and then I just saved it. First, let me check whether it is properly saved or not. The only thing is I need to restart it once you save it. Can I restart, or let me explain here and restart? Okay, so at the end we'll restart it. Okay, because again take 15 minutes because system will not the OBIEE restart. Complete OBIEE software I need to restart, and then meanwhile I will explain it. So once you enable it, okay, just to enable that, that's all. You don't need to make any other changes. Whatever I have done, that is the minimum requirement, and restart it. So your configuration file will be updated with all those things, okay, and if it is not saved also, we have to see it. Okay, once it is done, you go and start let every user go and log in, create reports, and then let him do whatever you want. Every time whenever user logs in, whenever you create a report, and all that statistical information will be logged to this table in this format. Since I have taken a backup, okay, you can see this table, what is there in this one. You can see who is the user logged in, what repository is connecting, okay, and which subject area is using, okay, and from which node is connected, okay, and what is the report is created. So logical scale of your report will be there here, and whether that report is successfully executed or not, how many number of records this report is taken, and how much time it took, okay, how many number of DB queries, okay, when in order to fetch the data, sometimes it will split your queries into multiple. Example, your multiple fact tables. All that type, whether it is coming cache indicator, whether the report pick the data from the cache or from the database. Like this, all the dashboards, presentation name, everything you will get, okay, into this particular table. So now what is the benefit? Okay, so by looking at this, you can understand some benefit immediately. What you can understand from here? Yeah, so I will create. So now what is the developer will do this with this table? This table is there. Configuration is the admin job. OBIEE administrator will configure it. But what is the duty of the OBIEE developer here is, OBIEE developer supposed to, already we have this table present in our physical layer. You have to bring it to the BMM layer and create one subject area, and then create some reports on top of this one. What kind of reports? I want to every day see, every day how many number of users are connecting and how many number of reports they are creating in every subject area. And I want to see top 10 users. I want to see bottom 10 users. Who are the users accessing our OBIEE very extensively? Top 10 users, bottom users, top 10 queries, bottom 10 queries, top 10 subject areas, top 10 reports. Like this, we will have to create the reports on top of this. What is the benefit? So now we have developed a project and I introduced one subject area by name HR. And we have deployed this code, we have uploaded this, and then it is there. So now I want to know how many people are using this. Okay, so yesterday we spent let's say $1 million to develop one subject area, and then it is meant for some people to access it, but nobody accessing. There could be two reasons. So nobody knows that we have this information, or okay, nobody interested in or really finding any benefit from this subject area. So I have 20 fact tables occupying 5 terabyte size for this particular subject area. Since nobody using this reports on these tables, so spending 5 terabyte space for these tables is waste. So I can think about releasing these tables and then giving allocating space for others. Okay, everywhere this senior management will, okay, architects and senior people will analyze, will use this information to analyze it. Okay, so there is a new project. Okay, for that there is no, I have 100 terabyte space allocated for database and then I don't have any space left. So there is a new project, and for that new project I need 1 terabyte size of the space. What can I do? Since I cannot add any extra hardware and then I cannot buy, so I'll go and try to find out what are the tables are lying in our database which are not being used by anyone, means they are not really useful. So I'll just take those table list, I'll find out, okay, let's say there are 3 tables using, okay, 1 terabyte. I'll circulate a email that, okay, we are going to remove these tables. If anybody interested, let me know. If nobody coming, I'll delete those data by taking a backup and release a space. And then this is one way of how people will use this. And let's say for example, there is one subject area and everybody report on this particular subject area is taking 15 minutes time. Then there is something problem. So then I'll take it as a separately and then try to improve the subject area performance. Why it is taken? There is some bad design in the RPD, or people are excessive records they are accessing from the subject area, anything. So you will get complete picture about your current state of your data warehousing reporting analytics from this usage tagging. Very beneficiary for all upper management and the top level people in your project, technically and non-technically. Okay. Sometimes OBIEE will say, or Oracle will say, will buy the OBIEE software based on the user license. 100 people, for 100 people this much cost. So you bought it. So I want to know in our OBIEE how many users are really using. So I see 1 year only 10 people are using. So I may go to Oracle, I'll say we are only 10 people using, cut down my license cost. I don't want to go for 100 user license, I'll go for 10 only because nobody using. So like this everywhere, back end lot of analytics you will get from this. Okay, so now what you will do, you will take this subject area, you will take this table, okay, and then add into BMM layer, join this with all the respective tables. Like we have a date, so every year, every month, every day how many reports are running, every user how many reports executing, every report how many, by how many people getting used, all these kind of reports you will be generating based on this table. Let me check whether it is really working or not. Maybe this configuration might have not saved actually. We saw some warnings there. It is not saved actually. I'll do a different way. We already saw that locking actually. So I'm just manually editing this file, so it will not be there for the next time. Okay. So physical table name is database name, and BA sample is the schema name. You can see database, schema, and a table name. Okay, this is the table. You can give a single or double quotes. This one not a problem. And connection pool, database name, and connection pool name. So just see any spelling mistake. So this you are not supposed to do, because there is a problem in log. That's why I'm just doing, because if you do here, this is not a permanent save. When you restart OBIEE, then everything will get overridden with what you have in a MBIN browser. But here I am not restarting the OBIEE. I am only starting the OBIEE software. So that's why it will be there at least for till the time I restart my complete OBIEE software. Huh? Without restarting, just think about, these are the servers. So you already left. There is a flight and you went inside and then locked the door. Okay, and you want something. So it is there. So you already there. Your services started with some configuration. Okay, and it is already running. So you cannot make anything. Not only this, any software, something you have already some parameters. Okay, and when it is already started with that parameter, because it is a server level, not a program. See, now this is also, do you know why this error? We have put a wrong configuration here. So I missed semicolon. Even when you get a error, you have to come back and see. Okay, so this is user tagging. Let it run. Okay, we'll immediately move on to the new one. Okay, and once it is started, I can show you. So what is the other topic? Mute means, mute stands for user tagging is this. Okay, enable it and just leave it. All the statistics will keep inserting into the table. You don't need to do. Only thing is your involvement is using the table create the reports. And even this is also very easy. In Google you will get all ready reports, because the table anywhere in the world is same. If you search in a Google, you will get a usage tracking repository separately, and then you can just merge into your repository. And your reports also you will get ready-made, because the table is same. So what are the very common useful reports on usage tracking? They are also available in a Google, in a report catalog. You can just paste it. But how you create a report, we have the columns and all. We'll go and select them and then create a report. That's all. So developer will use the usage tracking tables and develop the repository and then create the report. Administrator will configure it. That's all. Yeah, you should know, right? Whatever is there, you should know. What is there? Anything great, only 1 minute job. What are there? What is first? Have to you have to say enable. For that, what do you do? Direct enable. Usage tracking enable, yes. When you say yes, then two options are there. One is direct insert. Direct insert, no. Direct insert means it will insert into a table. Insert no means it will write it to file. So what is you are using in your project? You tell me. Always say table, because you can create reports directly. Okay, you are using in your project table only. Who has done, admin will do. You don't, because you will not even access to log into enterprise manager. But you should know where you have to. What are the change? What is the configuration you have to give when you say direct insert? Yes, I'll have to give the connection pool name. I have to give the usage tracking table name. That is called usage tracking table. S underscore NQ underscore account. Okay, so just enable it. That's all. It will keep doing backend activity. What it will be writing? It will write all the. Just remember 4-5 columns: user, number of your execution time, subject area, report name, and cache hit or not. Okay, and all that information is there. That is done. Now, what is your, have you ever developed a repository for usage tracking? If you know, tell me yes, otherwise say no. Okay, because it is very easy. Already table in a physical layer, import here and then link with the date dimension, link with any other user dimension, drag it to presentation layer and then create a reports. That's all. If you say yes, if you have created the reports, you say yes, otherwise you can leave it still, no problem. Hmm? What like? Error log is there for every NQ server. Okay, for everything. If you go to log, we have a logs here. Or you don't need to go. Here we have a log, right? These logs you can relate. Here you can see, and if you want to see, you can see here. Diagnosis. If you go here, so now let me double check whether it's still yes or no. Okay, yes. And now let me create one report. Still taking. Okay, so I just created a report there, and if you come here, who is the person logged in? Okay, now I'll try to log in with a different user. So you just keep, so this table will be very huge, and mostly don't tell this because this reports will be taking too much performance issues, because every usage line every activity will be tracked here, so table will become terabytes. Okay, so you will know which user logged in, which repository, what subject area, what time, what date, what time report started, what is the logical scale of your report, and your query ID, row count, how many records, 4, 3, and whether it's cache, no cache, how much time, all that information you will get it from here. So you can just go to this and then start creating some reports. So you already have some table here, okay, and I'll create a new subject area here, usage tracking. Generally, these usage tracking tables can be joined with date tables. Where is date? Okay. So now I have this. I want to know how many number of users, okay, are using our RPD. Just example I am showing. You can search in Google. You get a lot of reports. 1, 2, 3. User is already. So how many number of users are there? We have 2 users, okay, and what are there? You can select anything. So query repository name, okay. So star is your repository name. That is nothing but your actual repository name in your ncase config file, and what time the reports are starting, okay, and what kind of, how many number of users are using what subject areas. even we also logged in. Okay, so HR analytics one guy using, revenue one guy using, one, okay, and like this. Okay, all these statistical reports will create and then save it. So this is what usage tracking. Okay, so there is a new concept called mode. I'll just give a 5 minutes background. Okay, and then we'll continue tomorrow. So what is mute means? A multi-user development environment. Okay, so far how many ways we can create a report? Online, offline. We know only 2 ways: online, offline. But in both ways, offline means one person can create one RPD at a time. Okay, but if it is online, multiple people can log into one repository online, they can make changes. But in a real scenario, I have to develop a project, but it has to be developed by 3 people. I recruited 3 people, and 3 people has to start working. So in this project, I have HR subject area, sales, and then there is a revenue subject area. So I'm giving HR to this lady, and giving sales to this person, and then giving customer analytics to this guy. But all should be in single RPD. So if they start developing repository on their own machines, so she will be doing only HR in our machine. He will be doing sales, and he will be doing customer. But how can I combine them? Because this is a challenge. So that is the reason we have a concept called multi-user development environment. Okay, where multiple people can develop and share the repository or combine the code into a single repository. That is mute. Okay, so for this, first of all, you have to choose a common location where you are planning to place your repository, which should be shared by all the people. Because now I cannot keep in individual desktops because 3 people have to share the one repository. So first of all, you have to identify a location where, okay, the people are planning to place one repository. Okay, then go to repository. First, normally so far we know only repository opening in a online, offline. But you will also have an option called multi-user. So before start of multi-user, we need some minimum steps. First, go to tools options, and then you will find out one tab called multi-user. And here you have to give the path where you are planning to share your common repository. Say okay. Okay, so once you give your path where you are planning to share the repository by all, okay, then first you create a dummy repository and divide the repository into projects, but 3 people you have to use. So and these 3, they have 3 projects. One is HR, one is a sales, and one is a customer analytics. So I have to divide your repository into 3 separate partitions or groups or projects. Okay, so then we can start using that. I'll take up tomorrow. I'll to create projects, and we have to learn all this. And for senior people is very important. Okay, you will be configuring this, and you will be responsible for all these things. Okay, I'll take it up tomorrow. I need to shit. Yeah. Yeah. Mute. I'll report. Right? Yeah. I'll ask some. This guy is right. Can you దానికి కొన్ని రిపోర్ట్స్ తెలుసా? ఎవరైనా ఆల్రెడీ OBIEE తెలిసిన వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారా? ఎవరైనా? ఎనీవన్? Can you explain him reports, how to create reports, simple dashboards? Because he will be leaving actually. Then he will join online, but before that, can you explain analysis of dashboards very high level? Then